Well, the Coachella Valley has a rich history of attracting creative people to our desert, and that includes Irwin Schuman. Long before he had music festivals or we had the Acrisure Arena here, Schuman opened an entertainment venue like no other. Our Steve Sumrall explains.
Irwin loved planning, designing, and building, I think was his favorite thing that he could do.
Dick Schuman is speaking about his uncle, desert showman Irwin Schuman, who had relocated to the desert for health reasons.
Irwin, as a young man, developed tuberculosis and was advised to come to a warm, dry climate.
As a young man living through the Great Depression, life wasn't easy for Irwin.
He lived here in the desert in a tent with a goat for his nourishment, which was an interesting fact that family lore has told us.
So, how does a young man living in a tent with a goat for a roommate find success? Well, it certainly helps if you have a head for numbers.
He started as an accountant and kept the books and managed the affairs and finances for some of the restaurateurs here in town and other businesses in the community.
One of Irwin's clients was Jack Freeman, owner of Freeman's Desert Grill. He would eventually become Jack's business partner. Then, in 1938, Irwin became the sole owner. Freeman's Desert Grill would be renamed the Chi-Chi Club. But Irwin wasn't interested in being just a restaurateur. While seeking out inspiration, he left this desert for another.
I heard that Irwin said to my father, "I'm going to Las Vegas. I hear there's a lot happening there. I'm going to go check it out." And he visited there, this was in the late 30s. And was impressed by what was happening in Las Vegas, the building, the entertainment, the casinos, and thought, oh my goodness, maybe I should bring this to Palm Springs.
What Irwin brought back to Palm Springs was a newfound level of showmanship.
And the Chi-Chi continued to grow, and in 1948, the Starlight Room was opened.
The Starlight Room was a theater which was expanded onto the property and had a 750-person occupancy.
After he opened the Starlight Room, he continued to buy property along Palm Canyon Drive adjacent to the restaurant and expanded the showroom.
This expansion led to the Blue Room, which was a dining area capable of seating 250 additional guests. The first act to ever play the Starlight Room, rumba king and future Ricky Ricardo, Desi Arnaz.
I really don't remember that much about the opening, though I do remember that Lucille Ball was sitting in the front row, rooting her husband on. This was before she really became famous with the I Love Lucy show.
Stars such as Louis Armstrong, Jerry Lewis, and Lena Horne played the Chi-Chi. It was the place to be seen. Soon, theatrical agents were begging Schuman to book their acts.
I don't think we'll let him sing. He does what he wants, if you know Sinatra.
Here is actual audio of Milton Berle having fun with Frank Sinatra, recorded during that period.
I don't like high hopes. I don't like it.
Dick recalled a few other acts which played at his uncle's club.
The highlight of those visits was when Lily St. Cyr performed her fan dance or bubble bath, I'm not sure which. And boy, was I a hero to my friends who got to come in too. The Will Maston Trio. That was, probably many of you know, was a group that was nurtured Sammy Davis Jr. and included Sammy Davis Sr., his father, and Will Maston, who was kind of leader of the organization, but it was a song and dance team. But he brought a lot of African-American acts to the club, and it was a tough moment in our history for the acts because they couldn't stay in the hotels. Irwin had his home. He lived in the old Las Palmas area, and he would have the entertainers either stay at his house or make accommodations in the area for them to stay. And anyway, I thought that kind of always impressed me.
Remembering Irwin Schuman's Chi-Chi Club, a magnificent addition to our desert past. Steve Sumrall, NBC Palm Springs, News First.